All right, so when they announced that they're going to do a Starship launch from space, Boca Chica, actually, SpaceX or Starbase at Boca Chica, it was kind of interesting. I'll admit it, but the problem I initially had was like, well, they don't have license yet, so you don't know when they're going to actually do it. So, no, I'm sorry, being negative, I guess. But still, it's like, don't count your chickens till they're hatched. But when they announced that they had the license, so there was a lot of talk about how 420 was a magic number. And so there is an outside possibility. I think they could wait till April 20th. But I think really scientific technical needs outweigh the emotional thing. So they got their license. They have blocked the beaches. They've closed the road for the 17th, which is tomorrow. So I think unless something major comes up, they will launch tomorrow. So with that figured out, I went and saw if there was any hotels available down in South Padre Island. Okay, well, guess what? I found a room. Sounds pretty cheap. I'm sure they're going to add some fees on that I wasn't expecting, but that seems to be the way down there. So anyway, I'm on my way. I'm figuring it's going to take me around 8 hours to drive down there today, stop in a hotel, and then run out to Isla Blanca Park in the morning. Watch it somewhere between 7 and 9 o'clock in the morning. It should launch. And it's only a few miles away. So, I used to live in Florida. So I don't know if it was Gemini or if it was Apollo. I was young at that time. I don't remember. But I do remember watching the rocket going, being on a beach, watching that rocket going up, and being amazed at how loud it was. And I think this one I'll be closer. It's only like 5 miles away. Anyway, we'll see what happens, but I'm on my way. Catch you later. What a beautiful morning, huh? Okay, first stop, Buc-ee's. Let's see, where's my trips? And so far we've covered 19 miles, used 26 kilowatt hours, and we're averaging 285 watt hours per mile, which makes sense. I'm doing a little bit north of 70. Okay, let's plug in, let's go. 8:30. Okay, here we are at Buc-ee's. I'm not sure how it's going to come out. There's a lot of wind, actually. But first stop on my trip down to South Padre Island. Plugged in, charging. Let's take a break. Okay, so we're going to wrap up the charge here in the Brunfels. Just putting my while I'm traveling, I'm going to stop at some of the Tesla stores on the way. So there's one in Corpus and there's one in Hollinger, so I thought at least see where they are. So I have enough energy to make it down. Well, I have enough energy to make it all the way into Corpus, but I also want to stop at Three Rivers to charge up there. So I'm going to be charging more often than you might think I would need. And I would say you're right, but I'm going to do it anyway. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and unplug and get going. Okay, here we are at the Lowe's and just outside of Three Rivers, just off of I-37. So I'm charging up now. It's ramping up. Looks like this place is pretty crowded. I actually think there's one open. Okay, so we've covered 193 miles, 57 kilowatt hours used. I've bumped up to 293. The speed limit on I-37 is 75, so I've bumped up slightly. And obviously that's enough to be killing my average. But whatever, I'm cruising along, doing good. I guess the girl in the Model 3 next to me, she was kind of online, but to be fair to her, I didn't park straight either. So there you go. Okay. And it's 10:20. Okay, so for those of you who are wondering, Three Rivers is a 150 station. The Alice superchargers, which is 54 miles down on 281, that is a 250. But whatever, we're here, we're charging. Okay, so let me make a little amendment to that. Since this is a version 2, and only one spot's open. So 7 out of 8 spots are full. And I'm obviously sharing with this Model 3 next to me. I'm bouncing all over in how much charge I'm getting. I'm running around 2 kilowatts. So as soon as I get enough to move on, I'm going to go. But so that brings the rating down to like a 4 out of 10. I mean, obviously, if you pull in, there's not very many people here. It's going to be adequate. But with 7 out of 8 cars plugged in, it's running kind of slow. Anyway. Okay, so time to make a command decision, I guess. So this Three Rivers supercharger is it's overwhelmed, I think. I've been as high as 20 kilowatts for a little while, but I'm back down to 5.6. Now I'm sharing with another car, so I guess that's not unexpected. So anyway, it showed that the Corpus Christi supercharger, I was at minus 2%. That's not going to work. On the other hand, I can go to Alice, so I'll be going on my way, but I can go down to Alice, which is a version 3, and charge there, and then cut back into Corpus. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. So onward, upward. So here you go, providing energy for all the ICE vehicles in this area. Of course, it's loud. That might actually be vapor, water vapor. I'm not sure. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here we are in Alice, 11:46 actually. Anyway, jump back up to 251 kilowatts. Yes, this is the way you're supposed to charge. So let me do some computing, figure out. So I originally was going to go through Corpus and head down US 77, but from years ago, I used to go to school in Edinburgh, so I'm familiar with 281 as well. So I'm on Alice, and so I'm going down 281 at the moment. I'm thinking I'll go down 281 to Edinburgh, then cut over towards South Padre. So I just need to figure out if I can do it or not. But that's where my head's at, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I'm up to 250. I'm back down to 240. But, I mean, at least I'm charging up at a decent rate. So, and it says it should take me 25 minutes to come up to 80%, which I probably don't actually need. But let's see. Okay, I'll throw this in for free. I don't know if you can hear it, but definitely this guy is whining away. Cooling fans. And my car is also in precondition now. It's cooling off. Anyway, whatever. There you go, lunchtime. Okay, so if you're down in the valley, El Pato, it's a chain in the valley, I think. They have like 4 maybe places. So it's the one in Edinburgh. 1110 University, West University. So anyway, pretty good. Now of course, right across the street is UT, RTV, or what used to be Pan American University. Pan American University is the college I went to. Anyway, there it is. The good old days, right? A long, long time ago. Things are so different, yet a lot of these buildings are almost exactly the same. Anyway, let's get going. Okay, so it was more stressful than I really needed. So this is McAllen, and it said all the chargers were busy. So I checked going to Hollingen, and it said, well, you might have 1% when you get there. And I guess I missed an exit on the way, and it said, oh, you don't have it. So I just abandoned going to Harlingen and just came here to McAllen. It's not bad. It is a level 2, so it's going to take a while. But you know, if I need to get some charge in and then see what I can do. So we'll go from there. The good news is, by the time I got here, most of the people left, so I'm not sharing my post with another post, and I am getting 138 kilowatts, so that's pretty decent. Maybe I can just if I can ride this for a while, I'll be good. Okay, so this is new to me. This site's to honor the 1.3 million Americans killed in all conflicts and wars. Okay. So there you go. This is new to me. I don't remember this being here when I used to live in the valley, but it's kind of cool, isn't it? All right, let me walk around. Anyway, this is here. It's just a short walk from the superchargers. So it looks like it's full of history. There you go. There you go, George Washington himself. At least in bronze form. And this, of course, is Martha. Okay, so we're at the McAllen War Memorial. Okay. Sounds like a relatively new place. Okay. How interesting. Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Huh. Okie dokie. So I've added 52 kilowatt hours, which is a fair amount. I'm up to say a charge 78%, which should be enough to make the island. So let's get going. Okay, so I probably don't really need this charge, but I think I'm going to try to push it back up so I make it out South Padre and have some left over. Because I'm not sure that the two posts I have in South Padre are going to be available with all the people going down for Starship. So anyway, I'll try to push it back up. It's already at 89. Well, let's see what happens. Hopefully it works out. So all right, I'll give you an update. Let's see. So far we've covered 404 miles. Used 118 kilowatt hours. And we're averaging 291 watt hours per mile. Okay, so it's come down, but actually, no, it's gone up. So since I charged, I've done 327. And not surprised because I'm trying to scoot through traffic. Anyway, there we are. Okay, so no trip to South Padre Island would be complete without some beach time. So here you go. Okay, there you go, guys. Good night. Okay, so I'm finally at the hotel. It's 5:26, but anyway, I got here at 5. So I haven't added up the time, but there it is. So I'm on South Padre Island. I'm about a mile and a half away from the park. So we'll see how that goes. I think maybe I can just go out to the beach. I mean, a mile and a half difference won't matter that much, I think. Whatever, we'll see what happens in the morning. In the meantime, peace be with you and good night. So let's get the summary for day 1 of this trip. So my goal was to leave Lago Vista, obviously, and get down to the hotel down there on South Padre Island. I originally was going to go down US 77. Things didn't work out. I had some hang-ups in one site, so I shifted to go down US 281 first, or on the way down, and then I'll come back up US 77 next day. Okay, so things happen. That's the way it is. So total mileage covered 453 miles. Total time on the road 10 hours 10 minutes. I added 118 kilowatt hours on this day at a cost of $43.04. Charging time was about an hour 41 or 41 minutes. So and lunch was 20 minutes. So basically this trip is close to 8 hours. Does that sound right? It sounds like a little bit more than I would have expected in the old days, but whatever, there it is. So that's the basic summary. The one place I did have a problem with, I don't know. I covered it actually other places, but I just had the feeling that with SpaceX being an Elon Musk thing and Tesla being an Elon Musk thing, maybe they're related, and maybe there was more Teslas traveling than maybe as was expected. I don't know. I mean, it's just there. To be fair to Tesla, they were trying to route me through Alice, which is onto a US 281, which is the opposite of or different than what I would normally plan to travel with a gas-powered car. But anyway, it's all good. Also, by the time I made Edinburgh, I was running not really low, but the idea of trying to make it to Harlingen was just out of reach. And I probably could have pulled it off if I'd made the appropriate exit. And I don't know, they had an A, B, C, and even a D and E, I think. So it was like, wait a minute, where am I going? So anyway, whatever, it all worked out. I got there. So I detoured to McAllen to charge up before I went to Harlingen. And when I first looked at McAllen, it was like every single post is being used. By the time I got to McAllen, 2 or 3 were open. Now, it was busy, but it was okay. I think actually that was my longest stop. Anyway, whatever, it's all good. Other than being really frustrated with the one supercharger, things went great. And I really liked being able to walk out on the beach for a little bit. So anyway, it's all good. Hope you find this interesting.